Let's go check out University of Central Florida. Let's see how they're doing. Let me unfollow these players. Let me try to follow the new players. All right, so we've got all 4 games underway. Here, let me move all this down. Let me update the scoreboard for you guys. And I also need to change my title. So this is the first time I'm streaming University of Central Florida. I do not have the right players for the Northeastern B team, so let me go to the rosters real quick and look that up. Northeastern B team. So they have Sean Connor playing. Wait, is this the wrong? Do I have the wrong? Is it Northwest? Wait, who are these players? Who are these players? Asim Habashi. Hold on. Oh, it's Northeastern's A team. Okay. My bad. Probably should have known that. And I believe their colors are black and red, but I don't know. Okay, so 20-hour a day, 1. Wait, who's that? Did they change a username? Huh. Well, key 1 from Asim Habashi. So there's a point. I guess this is no cheating kid. Prime Master Antoine lost to Kevin Gambit. The Nikki Flash is still playing. Outrun Sun. So Bobby 600 versus 20 was. Oh, now he's playing Asim Habashi. I don't know. I'll give a point here for now. But I don't know what this was about. It's 20-hour a day, their top board. Maybe you just have the wrong username put down or something. But yeah, that was a brutal mismatch. Okay, let's watch Outrun Sun. Top board from University of Central Florida. Yeah, someone let me know if Andrew Tang is covering his match against U Chicago, because that would be great. Maybe I should just look myself. No, he's playing Titled Arena at Lee Chess. Oh, his match is at like an hour and a half from now, right? So there's still have time. Yeah, an hour 45. Who knows? Maybe he'll still stream it. Maybe if we asked him nicely. But anyways. For now, I'm actually curious who this guy is. Beastie. Okay. Well, anyways. I don't know what that is. Chess Jawa. But yeah, I'm just assuming that's the player. Northeastern A versus Central Florida. Okay. I mean, I think I have everything set. It's just the username is weird. Samuel He, no cheating kid. Is that actually... Hold on, let me go look. Let me see if that's actually a different player. That would make sense if I did that. Oh, no, it's a different person? Let me see. They have a... I mean, they're both national masters, but... I don't know. It's really weird. Let me reach out to them. He doesn't know if he's going to stream. Thanks for asking. Yeah. He played all of last season and never streamed either, but that's okay. You don't have to stream if you don't want to. I wonder if he's streaming his match. No, he's not. So, XX Narcissus, he is a streamer as well by the same username. But he also streams Valorant and stuff. Yes, he does, Far Eastern. Yes, he does. It's part of his stream. Okay, Outrun Sun beat the Nikki Flash. Let me update the score. Okay, so this is round 2. Bobby versus Asim Habashi. University of Central Florida off to a strong start. I'm not even sure who Bobby played the first one. Also, Bobby's name is Eric. Eric Brunkenstein. So, interesting username, Bobby. Bobby, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, Samuel He from Northeastern. Not sure. Okay. No cheating, kid. Go Pie Master from Shock Masteo. Where's Pie Master? Here's Pie Master. We'll show you Pie Master's game. He's playing against Outrun Sun. He's heavily mismatched in terms of rating. Oh, you went to high school with him. Cool. Okay, No Cheating Kid is now playing. So No Cheating Kid has joined. He's playing Narcissus. I don't know what that first game was. Is he just, I think maybe he's going to forfeit that first game. Maybe I'll give Bobby the point. Because, I don't know, Bobby was playing some random person. But, yeah, that game did not happen. So, I'll just remove it from now. For now. Maybe I'll just give Bobby the point. If he's late. No cheating, kid. Huh. Anyways, let's watch Pie Master. Pie Master looking to get an upset. Hello, Jim in the DMs. Yeah, let's just give Bobby the point. Why not? So, Central Florida with the sweep in the first round. Northeastern looking to bounce back. Who's it? Yeah, this is Key. I believe the third board from Central Florida. So Northeastern definitely the favorite in terms of rating. But, I mean, Central Florida's got all the points right now. This is an even matchup here. Nikki Flash, 1537 versus Kevin Gambit, 1525. So this is going to be the closest pairing right now. But yeah, Central Florida, I mean, their top board, 2100. He's relatively a lot stronger than apparently most of Northeastern's boards. So, yeah, these two teams, not a lot of depth. So that is why they're not in the top division. Actually, that reminds me, I need to change my my stream title. What division is this? Is this D3? UCF versus Northeastern. Is it D3? Yeah, this is D3. Okay. Yeah, these are just chess.com blitz. Okay, so what is going on here? The queen is hit by the rook. Black has some development left to do. White needs to get this knight out, but where does the queen go, actually? So it looks like... Oh my. It looks like... it's not looking too good. Queen looks really short on squares. I think Black's going to have to attack this queen back, but it's not going to work out. I don't think so. Okay, Asim beat Bobby. So Asim getting the first point of the day for Northeastern. What's their USCF? So I don't know off the top of my head, and not every player released that information. But when registering, if they wanted to provide that, they could. Okay, I like knight takes e4. Hits the queen. So rook takes. You can see rook takes, but then we'll see a checkmate. So yeah, this is potentially worse off than you were before, unfortunately. So it turns out that the players' chess.com usernames are actually kind of close to their USCF ratings. All right, so outrun San Carlos getting a second point now. Let's check out Kevin versus the Nikki Flash, Nicole. So both these players, 1500, even material. Knight diving into the center, attacking the queen. Will the queen move, or will Black take the knight? Black takes the knight. Rook takes. Not going for pawn takes. Going with the rook. Potentially going to double up on the d file, putting a lot of pressure here. Bishop here, rook here. Love it. Strong plan from White. Black, meanwhile, not even castled. Trying to launch an h-pawn, but also defend the knight. The knight could come back with tempo, which could be helpful. Instead, develop the bishop, potentially castling. Short side, but you've already invested this, and you'd like the rook on the h-file. So White just puts the halt to that, says no more. And yeah, now Black could definitely consider castling. You're not lifting the rook anytime soon. So decides to go queen side. This could be a mistake, as White has already attacked a lot and can continue the attack, perhaps. Maybe putting pressure this way. So opposite side castles. Yeah, bishop comes out here. Going to continue the plan. Rook here. Queen here. Alyekin's gun. Every piece besides the light square bishop hitting the pawn on d6. All right, so apparently the first game counted. which is what I assumed. But Samuel, he used his other account. So he has 2 titled accounts on chess.com. Interesting. But yeah, used the wrong one for that one. But his point still stands. So the score is 4-2 in favor of Central Florida. Nicole down to her last 40 seconds. It seems that a crash has occurred on d6. Queen steps up. I would have potentially tried to go for rook trade, but she's trying to hold on to this pawn. Kevin, meanwhile, having to decide what to do. This bishop is very sad, unfortunately. White is in a great spot, but this bishop is just overwhelmingly sad. Saddened by what is a wall of pawns closing it in. But Kevin's up a pawn, so he is overall very happy, I assume. He's got way more time. He's got a check to give. Instead, he goes here looking for this check. Also pressure here. So, yeah, black is kind of in a knot. Luckily, though, after a queen check and the king moves somewhere, there's not a lot of good follow-ups because the knight is covering the d7 square. So white could even potentially sacrifice, even go here. But now the knight strays away. This should be crushing for white. Yeah, check. And queen takes here. Gotta watch out for this, though. That's the one thing I gotta say. So, I mean, the knight here does have its perks. And if you open up the f-file, the rook will be joining in. So instead, hitting the queen. This forces the queen off the diagonal. But the queen can step back to defend this pawn. But now rook here. Probably queen back. But now perhaps bringing the second rook into the game. And doing exactly that. Nicole, down to her last 3 seconds. Probably not going to find a good solution to this one. Queen now here. Queen takes. Rook takes, perhaps. Maybe rook here now. Nope. Kevin goes for the pawn. Oh, the knight comes back with a fork, but we can see a rook move to attack the queen. Are we going to see this move? That's exactly what I would do. Ah, queen takes. Perhaps. No time. Oh, 2.2 seconds. Queen all the way back, but now there's rook takes and checkmate on the board from Kevin. Getting the job done. So, Kevin adding on to Central Florida's lead. Did I give outrun his point? I did. Let's get rid of Kevin's game as well. Now we have 3 games playing right now. Let's look at this one. 20 seconds for Kiani from Central Florida, another streamer, up against the No Cheating Kid, National Master 2600. I'll round up. I'll give him the extra 6 rating points. Not that he needs it against Key. So, can Key delay what could potentially be the inevitable? Bishop here. Got to go here. Got to go back. Just got to do it. Yep. Rook takes, rook here. No, you give up a check, but then the queen's lost, so probably worth it. Probably, I don't know. So white deciding, how do I want to close this out? Just takes. And now the queen is in. Checkmate on g7. Yep. So that was textbook. Check. King here. Rook. Oh, man. Key saw it right away. Queen here's mate. Oof. So he is now back up. So Northeastern keeping it close. Let's see. Here we got Eric versus Pie Master. So Pie Master looking to get some points on the board, bringing the match back within 1. We have a sim versus outrun sun. So that is the first game of round 3 underway. They've just started. But we're going to look at this one. That is a pinned knight to the queen. The queens can trade, though. You do queen takes, rook takes, and then move the knight to safety. You could also lash out if you want, but I don't think that's any good. You don't see their score? Oh, you're right, because I've adjusted the size. Okay, hopefully that's a bit better. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, so they do trade queens. The knight does move back. Bishop moves back, defending the pawn. I like white. They've got the better rooks, the better pieces. This knight, not too happy, but things can change, you know? Black has to solve something here. Typically, there are pawns that block in the bishop, but now the knights are there. So, didn't want to do that. I should have, not the evaluation, I should have the lines on. I have been commentating without any computer assistance today. So, usually I have it on. It kind of helps me cheat. But I don't know, it's not that important. Usually, like, people, I think higher commentators would have the evaluation bar on for viewers. I'm not a big fan. But who knows, maybe the people want that. Okay. So, yeah, it's actually a close match, 5-3 in favor of Central Florida, but it can switch in a blink of an eye. Oh, that is 8 points. So this must be already round 3. But I only see 2 games have started, so Bobby versus the Pie Master. Yep, that is round 3. Okay. Samuel has started his game against Kevin, so now we're just waiting on Key's game against Nicole. All right, what is going on here? 2:20 to 35 seconds. Eric, the underdog in this matchup, looking to continue the lead for Central Florida. Brings his bishop in. Look at this. Massive pieces from Pie Master. Down to their last 20 seconds. Hitting the bishop. Bishop's going to tuck back. Easy. Knight back, offering bishop trade. I would leave the bishop on. I would go here. That's exactly what Eric does. Knight reroutes. This knight needs to come in. That's what I would do. Eric takes. Rook takes. Now pushes pawn, I think. Okay, takes here. You can take with check. You can take with check. You could also push through. Bishop takes with check. Giving that back up. Not sure if that was necessary. But now bishop steps up, controlling this. You could have done rook takes. You could have. But now the knight's hitting everything. So rook here, but now there's knight takes. Oh, there's check. Excuse me. So now bishop moves back. Good move. I would have just snapped that off, I think. Definitely. But here we are. So rook here probably is great for white. Don't see what you do there. Instead moves the knight back. Rook here. So rook takes and still rook here is just fantastic for white. Doesn't go for it. Instead gives check, but now you're going to lose this pawn. So you know what? Pie Master actually kind of lucking out a little bit. This knight never came in. This rook never came in. This pawn is now gone. So Pie Master is up a pawn of material. I would take and take. Eric, with a lot of time, decides not to do that. So now bishop defends. This other knight still not joining the fray. Considering it now, going here. Oh, and that's going to be... Okay, that's covered by the rook. That's a check. Wins the pawn. No, goes this way instead. Luckily, the knight's defending this. Yeah, knight, not a lot of prospects from here. You have one square, and the best part about that square is that you can go to that square that you could have gone to a move earlier. So, yeah, but now the king is there. So now you have to come back. Now you got to come on back. Yep, there it is. Now the king is no longer on the e-file, so that's not a pin. That's an attack on the knight, trying to remove the defender of b3. So if you take, they take, you're going to have to defend that with a move like this. So instead you go here. Oh! Pie Master in time pressure gives up the rook. Oh, no. Okay, Outrun Son gets a point from a sim. Outrun Son, flawless so far. But he's got his toughest opponent coming up next. Yeah, so that was just a free rook. But the bishop gobbles up all these pawns. And look at this pawn. Oh, you can push through now. Oh, my goodness. Okay, you can give up the rook for the pawn. So now it's two pieces, but two extra pawns for Pie Master. So giving up a complete rook. Bishop here, but now the knight can come into the game. Okay, king steps this way for some reason. I think you would rather go towards the center. Imagine the king goes here right now. Knight here. But that drops this. Okay, bishop here first, then knight here, then push. Fantastic plan from Pie Master. Finding the necessary moves in the time pressure. King here. Yep, knight here, just continuing on. Oh my goodness. There's a check. Unfortunately, it's not mate. King is going to step back. There's another check, but Eric just pretty much hoping for stalemate, maybe. So yeah, you're going to have to give that up. Say bye-bye to the knight. So now it's up a bishop and a pawn for black. Not a lot of hope. Trying to get the king to e4. There's going to be bishop e1. Bring the knight back with check. King to e6. There's going to be knight c5. Nope, just knight trying to come here. There's a check. King going this way, which is so weird to me. I would put the king here, right? So it takes, but now push with check. The king cannot stop this pawn. That is Brutal. Here, but okay, bishop here first. You need the knight in. You need the knight in because the knight's gonna. Yep. Well, okay. Now you go here though. I would have liked the knight better here. Oh, there goes the queen. Any stalemates? Any stalemate? There goes the knight. Don't give up the queen here. All right, white's gonna have to get rid of the knight somehow. Grabs a pawn. Okay, that's threatening mate. Here. Very restrictive move. King here. Check. Here. Oh, blocks with knight. There's mate. All right, so Pie Master. Very shaky game. Gets the job done. Gets another point. All right, let's look at Key versus Nicole. Okay. Kiani trying to open up the H file. Black closes it down with G5, but this is a very weakening square. Here, Nicole going for queen and king pin. So does Kiani see this? Does he retreat? Does he move one of these two? He should. So, yeah, Central Florida, they need 2.5 points to win, but Northeastern could answer back. For sure. All right, Kiani thinking here, about to dip under 3 minutes. The threat is clear. Bishop f4. So king b1. Oh, he missed it. He missed it. Does Nicole find it? Bishop c4. Not going to get the job done. Bishop f4 should be lights out. And she finds it. Kiani. Probably not pleased with himself after this one. He's going to have to give up the queen for the bishop. He takes... How to take back with the rook. Knight in. Looking here. But no really good follow-ups, unfortunately. Maybe this is a bit better of a spot. Both sides with 240. Let's look at this game. There's only about a minute left for both sides. No cheating kid, national master, very strong player from Northeastern. Up against Kevin. So it looks like Kevin's about to lose his knights as well as the king along with it. This is knights out. And literally, the knight is going to be out here. Sorry if that was a bad joke, but you guys are just going to have to deal with it. So Kevin should be losing this any second now. Also, nights out is not a phrase. It's lights out. But maybe I knew that. Maybe I was going for that all along. Okay, bishop here. Trying to do something. But unfortunately, not doing enough. Here. And then queen takes his mate. So Kevin resigns, throws in the towel. So no cheating kid, keeping it relatively close. Back within a point. So this literally could be anyone's game. And it looks like Key is going to lose this one too. Lost his queen there. So we could be going into round 4 drawn dead even at 6 points apiece. Whoever wins round 4 wins. Knives out. That's another one. Pie Master. Also, Pie Master, a player that's playing right now. I will remind you to not listen to the stream while you're playing. But yeah, it is between rounds for you. But yeah, the players should not be listening during live commentary during their game. But that is okay. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Good game so far. You have a fan, Shock Masteo, cheering you on. It's nice to have fans in the chat. So yeah, Key, he's down a queen, but he's playing on. He's trying to do his best to get a comeback for his team. He knows how important this is. So Key playing against Nicole. This is the board 4 from Northeastern. His opponent in the next round will be the board 3, so slightly tougher. In fact, it is Pie Master himself up next against Kiani. So Pie Master perhaps scouting his opponent for the next round, observing his queen blunders, and thinking to himself, how can I achieve such a position in my own personal game? So trying to take note from his board 4 teammate, Nicole. So bishop here, activating the bishop, but unfortunately comes at the price of a pawn. And Nikki takes it. Attacking this pawn, the pawn pushes, supporting that pawn. But now this pawn is weak, but supporting a bishop here, which would be nice. The bishop goes here right away. There is a queen check, but it's not too dangerous. Instead, black attacking with the pawns. Trying to open up this king like a can of tuna. So rook now to the e file. Does black take? Does black push? I think pushing is best because now the king steps back no matter where, and the queen will come into c3. Oof. Hitting the rook, hitting the mate. Nicole finds it. This is textbook. So only thing you can do here is check and then check again, and then you're out of checks. Okay, starting with this check first. I think that's the best check to give. This check leads to the most future checks. So now there's this check. And unfortunately, there's not this check, even though that wouldn't even be mate. There is this check you can give as well. So definitely you got to go with this one. Rook block, rook takes, king takes. And then you have this check. But yeah, you can't stop queen b2. There's really nothing you can do. So yeah, this, and then, okay, so that, maybe, okay. Yeah, there's mate. All right, well done from Nikki, getting her first point of the day, tying it up for Northeastern, who's been down this whole match. So yeah, let's look at the start of round 4. Kevin versus Asim, 1500 versus 1700. This is relatively even. So Pie Master's ready now to play Kiani from Central Florida. This is going to be a close one. Coming down to the wire here. So they have started their game. We've got one last game we're waiting for. I believe it is the board 4s. So Nicole and Eric. Okay, so position relatively even. Materials dead even. Kevin, though, under a minute below his opponent on the clock. Starbucks, thank you for the follow. I could use some right now. I was planning on actually doing a stream after this, but it turns out the match that I wanted to cover is actually tomorrow. So Yeah, we got some more matches tomorrow. We also have our club arena, our weekly arena, and we'll have prizes as well on Sunday. So 10 a.m. Pacific time. Be there or be square, as they say. But we are playing a game of squares, so who knows? What are the prizes? I'm glad you asked. We have chess.com memberships to give away. I do the same thing on my own personal channel. But I think for the Collegiate Chess League events, we'll do we'll just do the top 3 players or something. We'll keep it simple. But also, I don't know. Players might already have memberships and they can gift it to someone if they want. But I also want to like maybe have them confirm that they're a student. But I don't want it confined to just players on the roster. So, I don't know. I also would like it if they were in the Twitch chat. I think that would be most useful. Because obviously they would have to be listening in order to know that they won the prize. Anyways, so they trade down queens. A sim is up a pawn, and these pawns are doubled, and this pawn is passed. Black can hold on to this, as well as expand on the queen side pretty easily. White could always take the knight, preventing black from castling, but I think the black king wants to do this. This rook is very happy on the h file. And so better is to keep the king here in the center. And if they ever do castle, then you do take the knight. But black will probably either move the knight. Okay, this is a very forcing threat. Or check, maybe it would be a better term for it. But knight here would definitely block that, at least for the time being. G4 might be annoying to deal with after knight to F5. So perhaps the knight will go back to C8. I don't know. Perhaps what I would do. Knight to C8. And then try to castle. Now the problem though is that the knight could go then to C5. Again, black couldn't castle because you lose the bishop. Maybe though bishop here. Okay, so 4th round. I mean, it is dead even, 6-6. The knight does go to F5. Will we see G4? Will we see G4? No. Rook to D1. I'm not a fan of this rook to D1 because this rook could have gone to D1. But okay. You're still preventing them from castling because the bishop would then be hanging. So maybe bishop here attacking this knight. See, if you had brought the other rook over, you wouldn't have to worry about this. And you could do something fancy, perhaps. Who knows? But Kevin doing well despite being down a pawn. He's safe and sound on the king side, and his clock is looking really good right now. 1:31 to 20 seconds. Finally taking a move. Hitting this. So the knight will probably move. Perhaps to D6. But I don't think it's that good, honestly. Because then black can then play F6. So instead, knight going for activity here. Bishop locking the knight in. Perhaps playing F3. Okay, rook here hitting this pawn. Rook defending the pawn. Okay, now kicking out the knight. Knight goes back here. Yeah, black is doing well. That pawn advantage is definitely the most valuable. Definitely with these double isolated pawns on the a-file. It's tough. Rook here, knight back. I would consider this big time. But then the rook goes all the way back, and then there's really nothing at that point. What you could do is knight a4, hit the rook, and then go knight to c3. So pawn goes up. Now this rook is involved, and this is actually very annoying. These are some very important squares to control. First and foremost, hitting the pawn, which comes with the threat of another pawn, but also easing up the travel of these pawns to get to the back rank. Furthermore, knight here, which Kevin missed, or perhaps in one. I shouldn't assume. But knight here, hitting the bishop and the pawn is no longer possible. That was quite the rook sacrifice. And Kevin is busting out the moves nonstop. Losing a3 and probably losing this game. It's tough luck. But, okay, going with the e-pawn. Takes with knight, attacking the h-pawn. Wow, rook sacrifice for the exchange. Or giving up the exchange. But now rook takes. I would do rook takes. Definitely. No, king over. Now rook here defending the pawn. Pawn here attacking the rook. Push the other pawn up. Yep. And the other pawn's here. You can give check, but it's no use. Yeah, pawn here. You can't even stop this anymore. So Assam gets the point. And for the first time today, Northeastern takes the lead 7-6. Here's Outrun versus No Cheating Kid. Both sides under a minute. Really well played so far, it seems. But this pawn looks like to be a goner. That being said, it's not that black also doesn't have issues. If bishop takes, you could have knight takes. You could. Wow, that is not the move, is it? Rook takes, rook check, rook block. It has to be. Has to be the move. Rook steps up. I mean, king steps up. That's a free rook? No, it's not. It's with the price. Outrun son. Down a queen. Rook check. King back. Outrun son. Less than 20 seconds now. Down a queen. Knight here. Rook takes. Knight in, hitting the bishop. Bishop's basically trapped. Here, trying to go here, but even that is still covered. Instead, just taking. Black could take here. Goes for safety. Blunders a pawn or gives it up. Trying to get the bishop to defend backwards, but you're not defending h3. King over, but you're still not defending h3. Here, attacking the bishop. Rook takes, queen takes, rook takes. King steps up. Rook check, king over. Rook activates. So giving up the queen again, but just for the really clean, smooth transition. Outrun son, got outplayed son by a very strong player. So No Cheating Kid advancing 4-zip. Strong lead. Northeastern guaranteeing a tie. They just need a draw in the remaining 2 games. So Key seems to be down a pawn here. Can he get the answer back for his team? Nikki Flash against Eric. Black and white. Wow, this is actually a really intense end game. The queen going for this, but yeah, check first. Pawn push. Looks crushing for white. Oh, and they find it. Yeah, if takes here, hitting the queen, you forget about checkmate. And there it is. So Nicole flexing the tactics, but getting the win for Northeastern. They come from behind. She goes 2 for the day. Enough to win for the team. We've got the last game here. This is just for points, for tie breaks in the end. But yeah, this isn't gonna work out, it seems. Unfortunate for Central Florida. Strong start, but not the finish that they wanted. So yeah, Northeastern taking it down. Their top board going flawless, 4-0. So that helps out a lot. Let's see. If Pie Master gets the win here, everyone from Northeastern's team will have at least 2 points. So going even for the day, but getting the win on the top board. So that's what happens when your top board is a 25. Oh, look at this beautiful checkmate from Key. Look at this. Bishop here, pawn push with check, king back, bishop takes. That is bait right there. Key also flexing his tactics, but unfortunately too little too late for the Central Florida team. Kiani ending the day with 2 out of 4, but the team falls 7-9 to Northeastern with a very strong top board. Samuel, the difference maker, national master in Division 3. So anyways, good games, good match. I hope you guys enjoy.